Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to another Daily Market Report brought to you by Mike Bjork. Today is Thursday, November 8th, and we got a couple economic news releases scheduled for today. Tomorrow, we got one kind of important one. That's consumer sentiment. It's the first installment of it, and then they come out with basically the final numbers for towards the end of the month. So it'll be the initial one for the month of November tomorrow. But today we got the weekly jobless claims, which we get every week, obviously. And last week there was reporting of about 363 people applying for unemployment. The forecast came in slightly higher of the last week's number and came in less. So came in at 355,000. So far we're starting to see a trend of fewer people starting to apply for unemployment. It may be, we may even see a little bit more of that coming into the holiday season. Sometimes we get people that are on unemployment. They're getting part-time jobs at the retailers for the Christmas season, holiday season. So we may see that number kind of shrinking a little bit sometime in the near future as well. And then, obviously sometimes first of the year we start seeing it kind of grow a little bit more as some of those people go back to the unemployment line. So look for that kind of trend. And then the next one is a trade deficit for September. It's not a huge impact, but it's kind of nice to see. You'll kind of see what I'm talking about here. We had a $43.8 billion deficit for the month of August, and they figured that deficit was going to grow in September, so it gave it a little larger, but it actually shrank. So we went the opposite direction. So it's kind of nice to see that the forecasts were worse and actually improved slightly, even though it's still a very large number. Let's go ahead and take a look at the headline news here. And currently the stock market's down a little bit. Not as bad as yesterday. Yesterday Dow was down over 300 points. Today, when looking at it so far this morning, it was down about 18 points here. So it's a little bit lighter trading today. Part of the news is we got the Greek austerity measures, as we mentioned yesterday, that the Greeks were going to have their parliament and pass a measure for austerity in order to be able to get the bailout funds that was scheduled for the month of November. So they passed that through the parliament. And then, but this is what's kind of hitting the markets today. There's been hints by a lot of the EU ministers that they may be delaying some of those payments to Greece. So, I don't. There might be obvious reasons there, but don't know for certain. But there's been some hints that it could be delayed for weeks at a time here. So this could be, this is what's kind of impacting the markets today, that one right there. So we'll jump over, take a look at the bond markets doing today. We had a little bit of a sell-off towards the end of the day here, yesterday, which is the reason why you see a kind of a larger red candlestick here. And we did touch on to the 105.13s where we closed off yesterday. Today we start off the same, and we even went down a little bit. Now we're working our way up. We're up with 12 basis points for the day, so we're up at 105.25. So currently, right now, we're better than where we left off yesterday. But if we consider yesterday's morning's pricing, we're not as good. So we're kind of in between yesterday. So in between the pricing of the morning and when it closed yesterday. So these pricings do change. We do get pricing for the worse. Sometimes we get pricing for the better. And yesterday's instance, we had pricing for the worse. So interest rates worsened yesterday. Today, they're showing some improvement. We'll hope to see if this trend continues a little bit to see if we can improve those interest rates. But as I mentioned yesterday, we do have some possibilities. Some items are on the horizon that looks like we could get some improvement in the interest rates, maybe even challenge to previous rates we were kind of seeing there back in October, September timeframe where we had some really good rates before it kind of corrected itself a little bit. So we could see that come again here shortly. But we don't know. We can't really forecast as to how far along that could be as we get a lot of different variables that come into the picture that could delay it a little or bring it up faster. So, all right, folks. Right now, we're kind of in between yesterday's pricing. As we saw, we had pricing for the worst yesterday. We're better than where we left off yesterday, but we're not as good as where we started the morning off yesterday. All right, folks. You guys have a wonderful day. Thanks for stopping by. I will see you guys tomorrow. And if you guys like these videos on a daily basis, just stop by Mike'sDailyMarketReport.com and go to the upper right-hand corner and subscribe. Have a great day.